So we're about to go through another immigration moment in this country. It's funny when the immigration debate comes up, there's some people who really love to make this distinction between legal and illegal immigrants. It's like, oh, we need people who are going to come here and follow the rules and wait in line. And it's like, why? That's my question. Who are these rules for and what is this benefiting? When you're advocating for legal immigration as opposed to illegal immigration, what you're really advocating for is paperwork. Long, arduous paperwork. The kind of paperwork that you gotta hire a lawyer to fill out for you. You're talking about a really, really long form, and you're talking about the government bureaucrat whose job it is to take that form and enter it into another form. Just think about the last time you filled out a really long form, and think about how that made you feel. When you were filling it out, were you thinking like, man, I sure am glad this form is so long. This must be some important stuff. Like, no, you were thinking, this is stupid. Why am I telling you my address for the fourth time? And that's what these people are going through while they're urgently trying to support themselves and feed their family. You're making them fill out a really long form. I think the problem is that if you were born and raised in America, you have very little experience dealing directly with the government. You do your taxes every year, which is annoying. And, you go to the DMV every few years, vote. But for the most part, you have very little sense of how dumb and arbitrary the government is when you're trying to get them to do something for you. Just think if you do travel internationally with an American passport, there are some countries where you just kind of show up and, you sign your name and they let you in. And then there's some countries where they make you go through this whole ordeal. You got to go to the embassy for some reason, and there's all this other stuff they make you do. And it's like, the countries that have that whole ordeal, those aren't like better countries. They're not making you do that for a good reason. The reason they're making you go through this whole process is because they're trying to be annoying. It's a bunch of government bureaucrats who are trying to justify their job. So they have to make the process as long and arduous as possible. Oh yeah, fill out this form, then go over there and get a stamp, and come back and I'll take your picture. And then you fill out a form over there. And you end up going in this huge circle for no good reason. That's what these immigrants are going through, times 1,000. And it takes years. And the thing is, anybody who is coming here illegally, they would gladly go through the legal process if the legal process wasn't so long and stupid. So of course, look, they're coming here to work. They would gladly pay taxes, Social Security, income taxes, state taxes, whatever, but you're not letting them. Look how much trouble they came through to get to the country. They walked across the desert. It's like they're not afraid of filling out paperwork. They just know that the paperwork would take years to actually go through. And they're in an urgent situation where they need to get here and work and, support their family. People love saying like, they're coming here to take advantage of our benefits or something. And it's like, all right, first off, most of these people are paying taxes when they get here. There's some taxes you literally can't avoid in America. You're paying sales tax at the store, gas tax if you fill up your car. If you're renting from somebody, you're indirectly paying property taxes. And most of these people end up paying payroll taxes at their job. And since they're undocumented, they can't get that money back in Social Security. So they're paying without getting the money back. What's so funny to me is that immigration somehow became like a conservative issue, a Republican issue. These same people who blame big government for everything, who blame the bureaucracy for stepping on the little guy, that is exactly who is about to get a massive funding increase right now. The guy whose job it is to make a one-page form into a 10-page form. and then take a 2-hour lunch and come back and slowly enter that form into a third form. That's the guy who's benefiting from all this.